Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Bill, and in today's video we are working on the F350 again. Figured now is a good time to go ahead and install one of the first things that we got delivered, which is an S&B cold air filter. This air filter, I'm pretty sure needs to be changed. I just kind of opened it and peeked in there and it looked bad, and for not much more than what I could have gotten a replacement filter for, I was able to actually get this entire cold air intake. So I'm going to go ahead and swap that out. I got to disconnect the MAF. All right, got the MAF sensor disconnected. Pull this hose clamp off, which is 8mm. Should just pull out. Alright, so I pulled out. Funny thing, the bottom of this wasn't even in, it was not inside there, it was out. So plenty of hot air to get pulled in there. All right, so now we have one more clamp here to get this piece off of the turbo. So that's loose. And it's got to come off the turbo. And then also out here. All right, so we gotta disconnect that. That. Get all this oil on the front of the turbo. A little bit of wear there, not too bad. Nothing, no big chips or anything gone, but there is some wear on that turbo. Old air intake out of there was not bad at all. Let's see what's in our new box here. Got a boot. If you're using a Ram Air hood, you put this boot on top and use that. We're not using a Ram Air. So we will just use the regular clear plastic top. So we got our main box, some boots, clamps, some pieces, the plastic cover, and the filter. So let's see what we're working with here. And I just got the dry one. I don't like using the oil filters. I don't know why, it just personal preference. I know I won't clean them. I'll just end up changing them anyway. So to me it's a lot easier. You could spray these or blow these out with the air, keep them going for a while, keep them clean, but when it's time to clean them and oil them and everything, I know I'll just end up buying a new one and not doing it anyway. So I just go ahead and get the dry air filters to start with and not even worry about the washable, oilable ones. But here you can see we have a whole lot more filter area than here. Here, this is the only filter area. Air comes directly from the front into there and through. Here it's going to come in, it's going to hit this first and fill the air box, but then you have all this other filter area, so theoretically it's going to let in a lot more air. And since when the air comes in it's going to hit this rubber first, we can open up the front here because there's a piece of plastic right in front of where the air comes in anyway, kind of blocking it, so you're not actually getting direct air from outside. It's being pushed around a bit, so we can clear that plastic out, so then it is going directly into the intake, and then getting a bit more air. So I'm gonna get all the plastic cleaned up, and then we'll go from there. First thing, you have to move the MAF sensor over, and I thought this was going to be a problem because Ford used these Torx with the little pin in the middle, and of course I didn't have one that fits that size. But turns out that S&B actually includes a tool for you right in the package. So let's undo these two screws here, get the MAF sensor off of the old one, and they'll get it switched over to the new one. When the old sensor comes out, this piece is going to go in like this. This piece will be here like this, I believe. So that means air will be flowing this way. So we just want to make sure when we put the sensor in that the airflow is going the correct way, which is going to be that way. And then not only were they nice enough to give us the tool to get those old screws out, they gave us regular screws to put this back together with. So now we don't have to worry about it. I don't know if you can hear the neighbors. They're having a nice heated debate about who knows what. Okay, this is going to be where the air filter monitor goes back in there. This is going to go in here, and we have a big rubber grommet there. All right, so we got that. We got the rubber in there. We got a new rubber grommet for here. They're going to have to remove this old clamp, pull this clamp off. Pull that out and get this cleaned up real quick before I put this back in there. All right, so now we gotta just push that. Oop. I have to spit on that. There we go. So get that piece ready. Alright, so we had that other grommet that was included in the kit, but I could not get it in this hole. So I just took this one for the air filter monitor off of here, off the old one, and put it in here, and that seems to have fit, and that'll work. So now I think we're ready to start putting stuff back together. All right, I'm gonna put this boot onto the turbo. All right, so that's onto the turbo. We'll go ahead and tighten that side on. We know that's not going anywhere. Oops. All right, so we know, I don't even want to show you what just happened. So, had that piece with the MAF sensor on it sitting up, and they knocked it off, and well, it fell into my cesspool here of oil and coolant. Rinsed it out with some of the distilled water that I had left over, and hopefully that'll be all right. Be careful where you set things. All right, so where were we? We are trying to figure out how that's going to go in there. All right, so there we go. Now this just going to sit over here. I'll move this or drop anything else in it. And I believe we're about to get rained on here. So this just goes in, sits in. There's two little pins on the bottom, and that just rests in there perfectly like that. Got both these clamps on. I'm just going to slide the boot all the way onto here. I can come in, put this piece through the rubber grommet. I'm going to put a little oil here on this grommet. If I can pull this piece. There we go. I got that piece slid in here. Got this piece over top. Now I definitely need to get something better than a paint bucket to stand on for working in this engine bay, because this is killing my back balancing on this paint bucket. Now that should we should be good to go, but before I tighten this down, I want to get this air filter on. They're racing against Mother Nature here. Alright, so filter is just going to go straight down. Alright, so we got the filter connected in there. Go ahead, tighten that down. Of course, I need an extension. Alright. So we got that in there, got that pushed back. Reconnect the MAF sensor, push the air filter monitor back in there, and I think we are ready to tighten the rest of the clamps, and just in time because it is starting to rain. So last thing, gotta peel the protective layer. I'm going to set our plastic in. Alright, Go ahead and tighten these down. All right, we got it done just in time. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my mess out here before it starts pouring down raining, but hopefully that helps you out if you're looking for how to install the S&B Cold Air Intake. We'll get some sound clips and everything maybe after the storm has passed and in a new video, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up now with this one. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.